From the corporate boardrooms to the vibrant workshops of rural artisans, the journey of Zishta's founders celebrates India's rich cultural heritage and also empowers artisans. Welcome to the Zishta story. Let's dive in and explore where entrepreneurship meets tradition.
Zishta is derived from the Sanskrit word Zishta, which means traditions.
The birth of Zishta is a tale of fusion of passion and purpose.
I left corporate job after working for about 10 years, and my catalyst was to look at do something that is more meaningful for myself. Three of us joined hands, and we all had a very similar kind of journeys. Wanted to do something by ourselves and do something meaningful as well. So that was kind of the catalyst for us to move away from corporate jobs and get into this.
Archish didn't have to look far for motivation.
My grandmother was one inspiration because I would see a lot of products being used at home, documented knowledge from her, and from there started a journey in search of these artisans who were making these products.
This immersive journey allowed them to gather insights and establish a deep connection with the craftsmen. Along their journey, they discovered many handed-down skills fading away. In Sengotai, 30 craftsmen once worked with iron and cast iron, but only one remained when they visited. This fueled their passion even more to preserve these dying arts. From inception to now, Archish talks humbly about Zishta's incredible growth.
We started about 8 years back. We started with just 3 products, to be very frank. Just one dosa kalle, then kalchatti and niyachumba, which that's how we took part in an event where we were just testing the waters. And the kind of response we got, we realized that we have, this is something that would work really well for the customers, as for us, as well as for the artisans with whom we are working. So that became the starting point, and over the years we have moved. We have a store in Bangalore. We have a store in Chennai. We are there online. We ship across the world.
Each piece is crafted with care and perfection, from the large stone amikalle to intricately painted glass holders, and each has a story to tell about the artisans and their craft. An interesting find: a classic copper bell xylophone originating from Africa and Asia. The copper bells vary in size and scale, creating distinct sounds when struck with a wooden mallet. Zishta has a dedicated team of craftspeople working for them. Their criteria for selecting artisans are compelling, focusing on preserving traditional techniques, ensuring high-quality craftsmanship, and maintaining cultural heritage.
We predominantly started in the kitchen space. So our criteria for working with an artisan predominantly lies around if it has been a traditional art form and how many generations they have been doing this, and if it is an art form that has been passed on from generation to generation. And this is something, and they are also handmade products. So these are the primary, key factors in which we select an artisan to work with.
Having traveled far and wide across India, they have met numerous handicraftsmen and encountered many memorable experiences. Varishta shares an experience she'll cherish forever from her Zishta journey.
Zishta, we work with artisans. So when we started Zishta, I was fresh out of college, and when I went to meet when we did the road trip, me and Archish did the road trip, we happened to meet a cluster in Kumbakonam who makes Iyachombu. Now that cluster had absolutely no supply in terms of no demand. So the old men, the sons had moved on to IT jobs and things like that. But when we went to him and I said, I would like to take this up, document this knowledge and build a market for you. He laughed at me. He said, what's wrong with you? Why don't you just go find a IT job? You've done your BCom. Why don't you go find a job? I said, no, this is something that I really want to do. And he was very refused. He said, I will not send it. If you come take it, we'll continue to do work with you. Otherwise, it's difficult. So they had no idea how to pack and ship things. But somewhere I said, okay, so we will take, say, 10 pieces. If I come back to you in 15 days' time, you will listen to what I say. Rather than, if not, I will go find a job for myself later. So when I went back, we launched Zishta August 15th, 2016, and I went to him on, this incident was August 10th, and I went back to him on the 20th of August, sold out of all the Yechumba, and he was shocked. He said, what is wrong with you? Are you serious? You're back here. But somewhere that incident really touched his life. It was a life-changing thing for him, because we had made a difference in his life, as well as we had created that confidence in him that this is something that will work. So that's one of those incidents that is still, I talk about it quite a lot. And even now, it might be, this thing is very embarrassing, but he still calls me Papa, which is like typical Kumbakonam, this thing.
They are also striving to create awareness among people about the history and usage of ancestral household items.
We also have a lot of webinars that we do on weekly basis or monthly basis based on what content or what knowledge that we want to share and what is it that people want to hear about. So that is one means of we creating awareness. We have a store in Bangalore and in Chennai where we have a workshop where you can come get your tin vessels or vessels coated with tin. So this workshop also helps people to come to the store to know and also start reusing their old utensils. Zishta Sammelan is basically, we go to different cities where we think we will be and where people have been calling us. So we take truckloads of products to a particular place, set it up. It's like solid 10 days of job to actually find a place, organize an event.
I had the opportunity to attend Zishta Sammelan in Bangalore, dedicated to reviving hand-wrought, time-honored crafts. They offer an impressive array of treasures from across India. Today, 650 artisans from 15 states work with Zishta. I was fascinated by the process of making and usage of so many familiar wares. Meera's passion radiated as she spoke about their products.
Brass is also one of the oldest metals used for cooking. It's more than 1,000 years old. And the reason for cooking in brass is because one, the food tastes very good. Okay? Not just brass, in any traditional cookware, food tastes very good. The second one is it cooks evenly. Brass cooks the food evenly. So what it means is that it cooks faster. It also cooks the food tastier in a way that it retains all the micronutrients and nutrients. More than 93% of your nutrients, micronutrients are retained in brass. That's one of the most important reasons for cooking in this. And probably that adds to the taste, other than brass, which is comprised of copper and zinc. So that is another reason. Cooking in brass, ancient-wise, it's known to help in your digestive system. It's known to have a good impact on it. It kills harmful germs.
What is this coating inside the brass vessels?
All the brass vessels require, if you see everything, all the cookware, we have a tin coating. Okay, it's called kalai. Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. You have to do the kalai because you do not want excess leaching of copper into your food. So the kalai prevents excess leaching of copper, but the benefit of the brass does not go away.
I was enraptured when Meera mentioned that Zishta's Kana Artisans' forefathers were instrumental in building a part of the Puri Jagannath temple. Kansa is a bronze alloy of copper and tin. Seeing this, another question popped in my mind.
Here, copper is directly exposed, and so we are going to be putting hot food on that. But
Yeah.
whereas there, when we saw the brassware, it
Yeah.
had a coating.
Yeah.
It is okay to have hot food in copper.
Yeah, you can have hot food or acidic food in kansa. That's not a problem, though it comprises of copper, because you're not cooking in it. So when you're cooking, you're exposing the food to, first of all, to a heat, to around 200 to 60 degrees of heat, number one. Number two is you're cooking for longer, right? There is a 30, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever the duration of cooking. Whereas here, all you're doing is consuming the food in it. Hence, it benefits you, it does not harm you. Yeah.
I was delighted to see the Iyachumbu, a tin vessel conventionally used in southern India to cook rasam, which reminded me of my mom's cooking. It has become a thing of the past, now being revived by Zishta.
Why do you think people have moved away from cooking in Iyachumbi?
For a couple of reasons. One, there was a miscommunication that this is made of lead, though this is actually made of tin. Even today, many people think this is lead vessel and not tin vessel. So this tin that you see here is 99.63% purity tin. In fact, we tested in the lab. All the Iyachumbu, every lot we ensure we are testing it, and we ensure that it is not less than 99.5% purity when it comes to tin. So that's one of the major reasons why people moved away. Tin is one of the best vessels for making rasam. You would, if you have experienced it, the aroma, the taste of rasam is fantastic when it comes to cooking in tin. Tin is also good for your kappa. So when you add pepper, jeera, and when you make it, rasam is basically a kashayam, right? So technically, you have a lot of good spices, and when you have it cooked in tin, it is very good for your kappa. Tin bhaspa is used for skin diseases and to cure dental diseases. Good old days, my mother tells me that they used to have Iyachumbu which is much bigger than this, and they would store leftover rice. It does not get spoiled. Okay? Iyachumbu is also very good for setting curd. So the curd gets a slight sweet taste, and these are the multiple uses of Iyachumbu.
A terrific fact shared by Meera is that the predecessors of the Copper Artisans once worked in Shivaji Maharaj's court. Their persistent quest for craftsmen with a 200 to 300 year legacy has fostered their remarkable ties to age-old practices. Zishta is filled with numerous gems and a wealth of knowledge waiting to be uncovered. A few unique things caught my attention: the intricate meenakari and copper work, the revival of a 300-year-old pot-over-pot brass design, and the mandala art roti box. Zishta has seen remarkable growth in recent years. What's next for the founders?
There is so much more to be done across the country, and working with communities, with craftsmen, and documenting their knowledge. The idea is to be the link between our traditions and also our way of life, and bringing it to the modern world. And that's our vision. We just want to be known for our traditional knowledge and the experts in this space.
I am looking forward to witnessing Zishta's continued progress and advancement. As the fair comes to a close, the sounds of tradition continue to resonate, reminding us of the beauty and wisdom of our past.
Until next time, let's keep the flame of tradition alive through excellent craftsmanship. Thank you for joining us on this journey with Zishta. Do like, follow and share the Through Why lifestyle. Continue to be amazing.